Hey there. So today's episode is really just an update about me. I will say up front, it's going to be shorter than most episodes, but it's not about your money. So it's just about me and what's been happening with my daughter and her health and my family, because it impacts what I'm able to do. And it has already impacted the podcast. I skipped 2 weeks, and it may impact the podcast in the future. So last Monday, 2 Mondays ago, was October 1st. That was my birthday, my 42nd birthday. And I actually thought that my daughter she's 2 years and 3 months old. I thought that she had symptoms of a urinary tract infection. She just wasn't acting like herself. She was a little pale and she kept saying it hurts to pee. So I took her to urgent care, and make a long story short, they took a blood test, and the doctor, I could tell, was pretty alarmed, sent me directly to Stanford Children's Hospital, which is also called Lucile Packard. So it's a 25 minute drive. And, she said to me at that time, "I'm afraid that your daughter has a cancer of the blood." And I thought she was crazy. I thought there was no way that my daughter could have cancer. I don't even think I could have said the C word at that time. My family is healthy. We're healthy. We eat organic fruits and vegetables. We work out. We're health oriented. Like, nobody in my family is sick. And I'm sure I was in denial. So I went to Stanford, and I think 5 or 6 doctors had to say leukemia to me before I believed it. And it's been a whirlwind since then, but Harlyn has been diagnosed with what's called B-cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia. And I may know a lot about money and the stock market and wealth building, but I didn't know anything about cancer. And so I'm just speaking to you from what I've learned since then. And I will say, in those first hours, that there were many, many people many medical professionals who said to me, "This is curable," and that really helped. So obviously I was in shock. I was not really processing, not accepting what was happening, but my husband and I were in the hospital with her for 8-9 days. We were finally discharged on this past Wednesday, so October 10th. And Harlyn had a number of procedures. If you know about cancer or leukemia, maybe you know about some of these. I don't know that those procedures, the names of the procedures are really relevant. But obviously, during the week we were in the hospital, my team took care of everything. They really stepped up. I couldn't be more grateful for the team that I've built and the effort and energy that they put forth for me and the clients of my firm during that period of time. I was already really at the maximum capacity of stress and anxiety that I think I'm capable of feeling. And if I had to worry that the wheels were falling off my business too, I think I would have just lost it. So every procedure has come out, the results of every test, and has come out what they call the best of the worst. There are other forms of leukemia that aren't as curable. She did not end up having cancer cells in her cerebrospinal fluid, so it didn't go so long that it got into her brain. And she's been responding well to transfusions of blood and platelets. And the team at Lucile Packard is just really one of the best in the world. And there's just a whole lot to be grateful for. And the truth is that now we're in a phase called induction. So this chemo treatment that she's on now, and it's, first of all, I can't believe I'm saying my daughter is on chemo, right? So the treatment that she's on, it's a month of what's called induction, and it's a very vulnerable time period for her. She has a very compromised immune system. There's what I've learned is called an absolute neutrophil count. So her ANC number, yours and mine, are probably at 1,000. Hers is currently, tonight, as I record this, at about 30. So she can't fight anything off. And it's more than just wearing masks and keeping everything clean, because I guess one of the things we're most at risk for is infections that come from our own lower intestines. So you have stuff that's sort of leaking out into your body, and your immune system is able to handle it and hers just isn't. So we're on super high alert for infection and fever with her. She's receiving steroid treatment twice a day. She's also on some other meds for nausea. But if she, spikes a fever, it could be a regular fever, like it could be a flu or a cold, which obviously has more implications for her now than it did 3 weeks ago, or than it would for you. But it may be that she's actually got something really dangerous happening. So we have to always be on and ready to take her to the emergency room. And so, my days have been filled with appointments and social gatherings and the activities that I do to make a difference in the community. And that's all totally on pause now. And I'm grateful that we have people in our life and in my family, in our family, who can help. And nothing is certain, but we obviously expect the best outcome. We expect absolutely the best outcome. And it's been really hard. It's been hard to manage emotions. I am really glad to say that I think my husband and I are coming together in a very powerful and productive way, where they say that events like this can drive a couple apart or pull them together. And I would say we're definitely pulling together, and we're just really watching Harlyn all the time. So that's really it. I know that if I were in your position hearing this, I would want to do something. And many people have reached out and said, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And the truth is, there's nothing to do right now. Just support us energetically. I promise to be in touch if there's anything that we need. If there's anything you can do. But for now, just stay subscribed. For the next 4 to 6 weeks, we are going to be playing some past episodes. We're going to play an interview that another woman did of me on her show. So you'll get to hear that interview, and some shorter Q&A, so Ask Hillary episodes. And again, thanks to my team for pulling that together and being willing to do the work so that I can really focus on. We're kind of in a critical phase. So I need to be paying attention to, first of all, making sure that I actually am put together, have slept, eaten some nutritious food, and am in a state of mind where I can be present, focused on Harlyn, and focused on the clients of my firm. And when I'm with Harlyn, my husband's working and he's paying attention to what feeds the finances of our family, and vice versa. So there's nothing to do for now. Please stay subscribed. Enjoy the next 4 to 6 weeks of episodes. I promise to give you updates. If you don't hear a Harlyn health update from me, it means everything is going as well as can be expected. And know that I care about you. And even when I was in the hospital, I'm thinking about you. I mean, you have to know that the fact that you would consider me as someone who could be let into your life, a trusted source of information, that I have the potential to make a difference in your life, it provides me fulfillment. It provides me a sense of value. And so I care about you. I care about you, which is why I started the show. And the fact that, the listeners of my loyal listeners have been so generous with their feedback, it really makes a difference. So again, nothing to do. Stay subscribed. Thank you for listening. And please stand in and pray for and wish for total, complete remission and full health. A big day in Harlyn's life is October 31st. That's the end of her phase of induction. And on that day, we'll do some tests that kind of tell us where we go after that. And so just really be thinking about that day and her health and her immune system. And my heart goes out to you. I know there are listeners of this show who probably have experience with cancer and leukemia, which I didn't until now. And those of you who maybe have sick kiddos, it's the worst thing in the world. But there really is a lot to be grateful for here. Like I said, it's the best of a worst situation. So thanks for your love and support.